Hi everyone, hope you had a good Easter break. Today we're just going to do the first two together on the inverse trig worksheet so that you remember how to do it, and then you're free to go on and do the rest by yourself, and then you'll just want to email that to me. So first we want to identify what sides we have here. This is my 30 degrees. First I can say, okay, that's 90. Across from 90 is my hypotenuse. Across from 30 is opposite. And the next to 30 is A. A is also adjacent. That's pretty useful. So let's start with E. To find E, I already have 7. That's my opposite. And I want to find my hypotenuse. So when I write out my SOHCAHTOA, that tells me that I need to use sine, because sine is opposite in hypotenuse. So I can write the sine of 30 over h, which in this case is 7 over e, and I just don't know what e is. So sine of 30 is just 1/2, or 0.5. Then I need to multiply both sides by e, and then I can divide both sides by 0.5. And I get that e equals 7 over 0.5. And we might remember, whenever you're dividing by a decimal or dividing by a fraction, it's actually the same as multiplying the reciprocals. So 7 divided by 1/2 is the same thing as 7 times 2, or 14. So we got that e is 14. That means in the slot on the worksheet, 14, that's an e. And any other place where there's a 14 has an e in it. The other one we're going to work on together is a. So for a, let's use 7 again. For a, I have my adjacent side and my opposite side. So opposite and adjacent, that's tangent. Now, could you use cosine with e? Sure, you could. So we're going to say tangent 30 is opposite over adjacent, which in this case is 7 over a, and I don't know a. Now, tangent of 30, that might be a little bit harder because it has a square root in it. Now, something that I've used that's very useful is this little grid that I just found online, and you can see, so this is all 30-degree symbols. Now, the reason this is useful in the joke worksheet is that they leave everything in the radical form. So rather than turn everything into a decimal, you could just use a chart like this. So tangent of 30 is √3 over 3. So I have √3. That is actually the same thing as 1 over √3. They have just simplified it. So then we need to do the same thing where I multiply both sides by a. And then I will multiply both sides by the reciprocal of this, which is 3 over √3 to cancel it out. So the a's cancel out, the √3's cancel out, 3's cancel out. And then I am left with a equals 7 times 3 all over √3, which is 21 over √3. Now, looking at your answers, they didn't give anything with a radical in the denominator. That means we need to multiply both numerator and denominator by √3 over √3. What this does is it just makes √3 times √3 3. My numerator is 21 √3. And then I can do 21 divided by 3, which is 7, and it simplifies out to 7 √3. And then we would want to look at the joke worksheet, and we would see, oh, we have a bunch of 7 √3s, and those should all be a, because that was the letter we just solved for. So this is going to be an a, this is going to be an a, and that looks like it's it. So what you'll want to do is use inverse trig on the rest of these and find why didn't the skeleton cross the road. And please do show how you found it every single time. So you want to use a separate sheet of paper for that.